Yeti at the top. It has a 3-story triumphal. Currently in the building, a boutique hotel. The London House gets its name from a famous jazz club that used to be in the building. And they've got a pretty building, more reinforced concrete than any. Mies van der Rohe came to Chicago from Germany in the 19th Plaza. Less is more, nothing fancy. Mies van der Rohe, currently the home of the Langham Hotel. Elevator Tour, get bigger is filmed here. The Blues Brothers actually drove his car off of that parking garage into the Chicago River. We have 37, and this leadership in energy and environmental design. Most of the materials use highly recycled content for Marshall Field to consolidate his warehouse. Art Deco in 1945 swooped in, paid $13 million in unpaid back tax. The building matches the grid of the city streets. 8:30 every single night. This entire width of the merchandise mart is lit up from this projector over here. It's the largest digital projection show in the world. It's called Art on the Mart every night at 8:30. It's very inspired by the bell tower next to the Florence Cathedral. They've got a Greek-inspired pediment at the top of 77 West Wacker. It's in Chicago, Art Deco building. A company called Carbon and Carbide, one of the wealthiest in the United States in the 1920s, instructed the architects, the Vernon Brothers, to show off their wealth. It's home to one of the greatest advertising companies in the world. Leo Burnett's responsible for Tony the Tiger, Maytag Repairman, and others. Those vertical slats are called mullions. They bring more light into that office building. Monastery. Those Tempe Eddy actually housed, at the time the building was built, those were water cannons purposely put there to protect the expensive jewelry if the building should catch on fire. Back in the day, the jewelers took an elevator up to their office. That's a Belvedere up at the top of that building. Al Capone, not from Chicago, he's from the Workwood. It gets narrower as it goes to the top, and the cupola was restored in 2002. It was neo-Gothic design built. Can't really make out the building back there with black vertical stripes. That's the Aeon Center. That's 1,136 feet tall. That was done by Edgar Durrell Stone in 1974. In 1974, Standard Oil Company owned that building. They instructed Stone, the architect, to put Italian Carrara marble on the outside of that building. He pleaded with them, saying it's not going to hold up to the winters here in Chicago. He was right. The marble started to crumble. The entire outside building, there's a building back there with undulating balconies. That building with undulating balconies is called Aqua. It's called Aqua because the undulating balconies give it the rippling effect of water, hence the name Aqua. The architect, Jeannie Gang, won an award for the most beautiful residential building in the world in 2009. But most exciting is what's coming up here on your right are 3 skinny skyscrapers. This, ladies and gentlemen, is St. Regis. The St. Regis has 3 narrow skyscrapers. We're kind of going to be able to see it maybe from the lake. On the 83rd floor of this tall one is a wind tunnel or blow-through floor the developer had to put in to assist with wind shear. Now, the building block for this building is the first 12 floors. You see a truncated pyramid shape. That's called the frustum. Right side up, upside down. That allows for the flowing volumes to go up these skinny skyscrapers. Jeannie Gang used 6 different shades of glass on this incredible building to reflect the changing colors of Lake Michigan and the Chicago River. There are also 8 corners to this building to bring more daylight into the condos. And ladies and gentlemen, at 1,191 feet tall, right here, what you're looking at is the tallest building in the entire world, designed by a woman, Chicagoan Jeannie Gang. An incredible building. All right, we're heading out to Lake Michigan, a freshwater lake. Chicago, the water started flowing the other way. started flowing south and west, no longer east. One of the only river reversals done in human history. Solved our water drinking problem. However, the water gets to the Mississippi. St. Louis, Missouri's getting their drinking water. They're not too happy. They sued Chicago to say, hey, what's up with that? And they lost Michigan down to them. Lawsuit held. I am so happy for all of you. I can't see the buildings in the south group over there. You really couldn't boats going in here. Now, once we're in here, the lock gates will close and the front gates will slowly open. 800,000 gallons of engineers sits and safely operates the lock every day, all year round. And like I said, it's free to use. And we're going to be sitting here for, I don't know, 8 to 10 down the city. Downtown property was very expensive. Everybody wanted to start over. So they improved steel manufacturing. They invented the elevator. Here in Chicago, including former president. Get a nice broad look at the skyline. Got some low-hanging clouds, but most of the buildings outlines you can see pretty well on this ride today. Oh, this is good. All right, at the east end of David Pier, there's a bunch of American flags. Right in the middle, you see the flag with 2 blue stripes, 3 white stripes, and 4 red stars. That's the city of Chicago flag. 2 blue stripes, Lake Michigan, the Chicago River. 3 white stripes, the land to the south, north, and west. We have no land east, it's all lake. 4 red stars, Fort Dearborn, the Great Chicago Fire, World's Fair of 1893. We had another World's Fair in 1933. And I'm a North Sergeant. When the Cubbies finally did it in 2016, I said 5. Let's go put it up there. Folks, real quickly on the right-hand side of the boat, out in the distance, you'll see a round building, a little round building with red and white walls. That is one of the Chicago water cribs. What that is are protective walls for water intake pipes. The pipes go down 200 feet, then water is traveled via tunnel over here on the left-hand side. This is our water filtration plant. Chicago's water is some of the best drinking water in the country. It's 99% pure. I don't know what the 1% is. I think it's good for it. It could be vodka. I don't know. The park in front of the filtration plant, that's Olive Park. Private First Class Milton Lee Olive jumped in front of an exploding grenade in the Vietnam War, gave up his life to save his entire platoon. He's the first African American from the city of Chicago to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor for his bravery. We owe him a debt of gratitude, as well as all the men and women that serve our armed forces. 29 feet tall. They used X-bracing on the outer walls to assist with wind shear on that building. Directly out there in the distance on the left, there's a tree-lined shore. It's a very deep lake. 993 feet deep. In its deepest spot near a city we don't like. Rivalry in the National Football League. That lighthouse was built for the World's Fair of 1893. It was moved here in 1919. It is fully automated, does emit a foghorn, has a harbor light on it. It's in dire need of restoration, and I'm hoping that historic Cape Cod lighthouse gets worked on sooner. The ship that used to be an icebreaker, that's the Columbia Yacht Club. Soldier Field. Right up here, the curved structure on the lake, that's the Oceanarium. That's attached to the aquarium. That's an awesome museum. Great place to see shows with all kinds of marine life. And right over there also is the Field Museum of Natural History. 3 museums within walking distance here at Museum Campus. And one of our better museums, the Museum of Science and Industry, is not over here. It's on the south side of Chicago. You would have to take some form of transportation to get there. We went south. Didn't see a beach, we saw Oak Street Beach. What did we not see along the shoreline? We didn't see a hotel. We didn't see a condo building. You didn't see a bar. It doesn't revolve or spin. Drink enough French wine. You'll get there. Take it out of there. Financially, it's not worth it. So they're doing a workaround when they put that new building up. On the left-hand side, this is Lakeshore East. This whole neighborhood, folks, this wasn't even here in 2002. This entire thing was a 9-hole golf course. And another look at the incredible anybody celebrating a birthday? We got anybody celebrating birthdays downstairs, upstairs? How about an anniversary? How about a graduation? Graduation, yellow onion-shaped gold. Looks like a chimney behind it. That's the Intercontinental Hotel. Originally, that was the Medina Athletic Club. That's not a chimney up there. That's a parapet. What's a parapet? It's a landing pad for dirigibles. What are dirigibles? Blimps. It was never, ever used. NBC Tower pays homage to a building in New York City, Rockefeller Center, 30 Rock. Yeah, that hotel, that Intercontinental Hotel, has got a beautiful Middle Eastern design. Don't tell them I sent you, but that ballroom there is really amazing. All right, the University of Chicago's downtown campus right here, the Bleacher Center. Main campus is on the south side. The architect was worried with all this fun stuff happening on the river, these brilliant students wouldn't get their money's worth. They wouldn't pay attention to their professors. So on the west-hand side of the building, which is the classroom side over here, he purposely did not put one window. Now for me, the Wrigley Building completed in 1924, Beaux-Arts style of architecture, decorative base, stack of floors. Skin of that amazing building is white glazed terracotta that gets lighter as it goes up. The clock tower was inspired by the Aralda Tower in Seville, Spain. That's the first illuminated, first air-conditioned building in Chicago. And little factoid, William Wrigley, the man that started the chewing gum company, actually started out selling baking powder for a living. In 2008 for $23 billion. They're no longer in the building. They're up the North Branch. It is still a commercial building, the Wrigley Building.